Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the newspaper review segment right here on TVC Breakfast. My name is Nelson Etta. Thank God it's Friday, and two of my gentlemen are with me this morning, Ibrahim and Etoma. Good morning.
We're just celebrating the fact that it's Friday.
Exactly. So where are we going to after this?
We'll talk about that later.
I really don't know what's special about Fridays, honestly. It's just like every other day for me, because weekends are usually busy as well.
Well, I mean, to some persons, it's, the time to lay your head down, even though for some of us will be here tomorrow to continue the work, right?
But let's just thank God it's Friday.
Exactly. Quickly, let's get to the first newspaper this morning, which will be the Nation newspaper. And something right here on the confab that was inaugurated by the president. Federal government kicks off training for 2 million IT jobs in June. The writing says police will drive down airfares and worst times over, says Idris, as House of Reps approves committee's report on tax reform bills. No more reliance on costly borrowings, says the Minister of Finance, Edu. Tinubu reforms saved us from bankruptcy, and 1 million Nigerians to benefit from Dangote Foundation's 16 billion food program. Ibrahim, this is some good news right here, from the president of Dangote himself, in commemoration of the spirit of Ramadan.
Yes, and I think it's not only for Ramadan, because if you look at it, yes, it's actually something that is coming at the right time, especially when a lot of people have been complaining about lack of having access to quality food, let me just put it that way, because things have been on the high side following the reforms, the removal of fuel subsidy, and if you're now having what do we call them, philanthropists coming in during this time, it's really going to help a whole lot of people. But one thing is for you to have this kind of initiative, and another thing is for those who will be distributing this to ensure that they monitor it and it gets to the right people. But we'll say thank you to Aliko Dangote, for doing this. He's been doing it for several years.
I mean, yeah.
But 1 million Nigerians is really a big deal. Yeah.
That's why the figure is 16 billion naira to do that.
That newspaper page has so many big figures. 2 million Nigerians, 1 billion, 16 billion, and all that. Right. The one that caught my attention is the projection that 2 million Nigerians will have jobs. I am one person that wants to see Nigerians create so many jobs. We need our young people out of the streets. We need them to focus. And the thing that will do that is when they have something doing.
Absolutely. And to that, the Minister of Finance is saying that we're no longer going to be relying on costly borrowings. I've questioned over and over again, why would we always need to borrow when we have all it takes in this country to foot our bills?
Everybody borrows. Yeah.
Well, but
everybody borrows. Now, the question is, what do you do with the borrowing?
Oh, well, that's how far we can go with the Nation as we quickly make our way to the Platform Times this morning. And we see right here, Rivers judge faces investigation over alleged age falsification. Minister of Health demands more funds to fight HIV and AIDS, malaria and tuberculosis. And something else right here also that really impressed me. Islamic cleric pays fines, frees 10 inmates in Ogun State. This was heart-melting, when I read about it. Sheikh Mohammed Sanusi, went into the prisons, again in the spirit of Ramadan, and freed 10 inmates by paying for their fines. And report has it that this was not just Muslims who were the beneficiaries of this, gesture, but also Christians. What a way to go.
Humanity.
It's
about humanity.
Whatever you do, it doesn't have to be to your own family alone.
Exactly.
It has to be to every other person, your neighbors and everyone. So we say it's a good initiative, something that a lot of people have been doing, but this made it to the news. So we want to encourage, I hope this will definitely encourage every other person who has the power to help people out of prisons.
And we see a picture story right there. We see the president, hosting iftar during the break of Ramadan fast at the State House banquet on Wednesday. Wonderful right there, Ibrahim. I hope I was invited. I wish I was invited to that.
Even I, that I'm fasting, I didn't think of that wish. How about you?
My brother, food, fast food.
Okay, you get the invite next time.
I'm really hoping for that. But let's make our way quickly to the Blueprint newspaper this morning. And we see something right here. After 120 billion revenue loss, federal government moves against private jet owners. You know, Etoma, there's an adage in Calabar that says, he that wants big things have to be ready to use the jaw of a cow as his necklace.
I would love to see that kind of necklace.
Right. Well, some parts of Africa actually do. You know, I'm really wondering how this was the case. But the writer here is saying that illegalities perpetrated for 50 years, quoting the Minister of Aviation himself, Keyamo, you know, he's trying to clean up the mess in that sector. Buhari says, I'll never turn my back on APC. This is coming on the heels of El-Rufai's defection to the SDP, and Buhari is saying, no, I'm still at home with this. President Sito Obasanjo, Lagos Calabar Highway project is a legacy project. Remember yesterday we took a story and the former president was saying it's a corrupt matter.
Yeah.
But then the presidency is saying, no, this is a legacy project.
I love the response. They've actually told him, they've advised him that when the roads are completed, please don't use it. You know, it's just like when the Sukuk funding for roads and all of those had come up and people were criticizing, okay, don't use it. Now, they are the first persons to use it. Well, but if the former president, the old general, is saying that it's been born out of corruption, embezzlement, has he also accounted for all of the allegations of corruption under his own watch? The $16 billion power project fizzled away. We didn't see power. Even Buhari, former President Muhammad Buhari said, they spent this amount of money, but where is the power? Do you understand? So many things. So, well, it's just typical of Baba to always, you know, make sure he's always right in anything he does. But we want him to enjoy his retirement. Really.
I couldn't agree less. But let's find our way quickly to the Nigerian Tribune, which is our next paper this morning. And we see right here, tax reform bills, reps restrict president's powers to exempt or waive tax payments, approves 55% and 35% VAT allocations for states and local governments. Solid minerals royalty increases to 7.5% to 10% from 3 to 5%. Exempt security personnel from personal income tax. This is such a rejig, you know, of what was the norm before. Y'all think this is a good way to go?
Well, for me, the increase in solid mineral royalties, it's a good thing. And Nigeria is somehow beginning to look away from oil. And that is a very positive move. Yeah. I pray they clean up the mess in that sector and really jig it up to be the big foreign earner that it actually is.
I kind of received this exemption of security personnel from personal income tax, you know, with mixed feelings. It's a good one. It's encouraging. It's going to boost their morale. But how much more of other sector? I mean, other critical workers of the civil servant, because it's going to be in balance. Teachers might start asking for exemption. Doctors might start asking for exemption, and all of this. So if you look at United States, UK, Canada, etc., they pay income tax. They pay tax, except when they send them outside of the country. So I think it's something that they need to really look at very well. But we're still expecting that it will go to the Senate, and then they'll have this harmonization before they are sent.
Well, we see here also Akpabio gets senators' confidence votes as Natasha files contempt charge against him and others. Looks like the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, is smiling again in the eye of the storm. Good one for the Senate President right there. Let's quickly make our way to the weekend hope as we see conversations around telecommunications. 166% tariff hike draws nationwide outrage. Yeah. I don't think we're outraged enough.
Honestly.
Due to what we're seeing as charges every other day. Maybe we should all get on the streets.
No way.
Don't call for that.
It's just unfortunate that it is the ordinary man that's bearing the brunt of all these things. We're having tariff increase here, tariff increase there, prices are up there and all that. At the end of the day, it's the common man that bears the brunt.
It also affects SMEs, and even me personally, I know what I have to, the calculations I have to do to, in fact, I had dropped one of the service providers to getting another one because I felt, okay, this is relatively
so
cheap.
you potted.
I just removed out of my Wi-Fi modem and got another one. Say, okay, you get in there.
Well, court sanctions policewoman over failure to pay hubby child welfare allowance. Nah, not a very good one right there. But I think that's what we'll let it for the weekend. Hope as we make our way quickly to the News Direct newspaper. I like that, News Direct newspaper. And we see something right here. Presidency fumes knocks Obasanjo over 15 trillion Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway remarks. And Governor Diri says we can only rely or compete when we resolve our crisis. This is within political conversations, shifting from one party to the other. And the PDP, you know, drama that is still going on. And so he's saying we can only present a strong front 2027 if we can resolve our internal crisis.
A house divided,
I agree with him.
You know, against itself is
can't
stand.
Indeed. Let's quickly go to this Nigeria newspaper this morning, and a very worrisome conversation here. Poor inmates feeding in prisons raises health mortality concerns. We took a story yesterday, and this is beginning to make the rounds, frankly, that our prisons are beginning to be so congested. And we're seeing the right again. Many prisoners die due to lack of food. Hunger can, fuel aggression, says Nigeria Correctional Service Independent Investigative Report. Report found that. But I'm wondering, Ibrahim and Etoma, why do we keep having the correctional, facility increasing with inmates?
Justice system has to be taken care of. A lot of things have to be done. The wheels have to grind faster. We have too many people awaiting trial, too many people doing this, too many people there. Crime is rife out here. There are lots and lots of arrests from the police, the DSS, and all that. And for decades, I've not heard that a new prison has been built. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So
refurbished.
Or refurbished.
Where?
Yes, or even expanded. We've not had anything like that yet. The population just keeps going on. And the justice system is slow.
And also, there's an investigation that just been revealed that prison officials, racketeer, they serve them poor food, and some of this, you can actually draw ire from the prisoners, and from there you have breakdown of law and order. So we need to expedite things. People that, like the story you took earlier, like the imam helping some people to leave because some people have no business being there because they are waiting trial for eons of time to come.
Well, but we look forward to, making sure that life is comfortable for them in there. Because again, until you are proven, especially for the ones who have not yet been, exactly, you remain innocent. As we quickly make our way to the Guardian newspaper this morning, and we see right here, from gown to town, deaths of first-class solutions mock high turnout of versities. Geniuses. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at universities and the degrees that are given to graduates from each of the universities. Doesn't stand a chance in the labor market.
There is complete disconnect between the town and the gown. For instance, you have a school that teaches mechanical engineering or building technology, and they will have to invite people from India and some other countries to come and get the building built for the school. So and a whole lot of solutions. The problem we are having, why do we have too many papers being presented, too many papers being written, doctoral theses and all of that, but they are not translating to the solutions that we need in the country. What's the missing link?
Well, just go to the next paper.
that looks like saying, well, I don't know exactly what to do about that.
If I want to talk about this, we definitely will overshoot. So let's just go to the next paper.
Yeah. Indeed. And that takes us to our last paper this morning, which is the Sport in Life. And we see right here, injury concerns for Moses Simon as Wenger doubtful for Rwanda Zimbabwe games. We wouldn't want to see our men, you know, injured to the point that they can't deliver their skills any longer. And so we hope he gets on his feet quickly and be a part of the team. Battles against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Nathan Teller out. Torariga in. It sounds like politics right here. And summer transfer, Osimhen insists talks must wait. And finally, Man City yet to table offer for Aina. Well, I think that's how much we can go today on the newspaper review segment. Gentlemen, I have to thank you both for doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.